Greetings, beloved Princeton United Methodist Church community. It's Pastor Jenny, and I'm here with another update, and Elliot's here with me too. Hi, Elliot. All right, our scripture is from Matthew chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. Then Jesus began to speak and taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." This is the word of life. Thanks be to God. So you will recognize this passage most likely, and that there are many more verses that follow saying, "Blessed are those that mourn, blessed are the meek, blessed are the peacekeepers." You know, there are a number of beatitudes is what we call them, that are listed there. But I just picked that one because it's the very first, and it kind of invokes the others too. This Sunday, we have the great honor, I think, and privilege of hearing our children share about the Beatitudes through the children's musical. I See God is what it's called. And what is so extraordinary, and what makes this even more a privilege than just any time children are leading us and sharing in worship and guiding us through worship, is that this musical has been greatly shaped by our children. So our children have been learning about the Beatitudes and Compassion Camp, and they have been working together even before they started with the Beatitudes, talking about how they see God and doing some artwork around that and talking around that. And Mr. Tom Shelton, our incredible music director for our youth and children, have been working with those images and those ideas and those words to write music and write this musical with our children. And what an extraordinary gift that is, for us to receive it and for our children to be able to do that. And so within the musical, you're going to hear their voices and their song, their words, but you'll also get to see pictures of their baptisms and get to hear them talk about praying, and have other little bits of some of their thoughts and their wisdom to share with us. So I can't wait to see it myself. I've gotten to see little pieces, but I can't wait to see it all put together, and to really be blessed, as we're talking about Beatitudes, blessed, gifted by our children's leadership. And I'm so grateful for Mr. Tom and Evangeline and our other Compassion Camp leaders who have been leading them and guiding them to be able to share and to learn about their relationship with God, and to share with us how they see God. Stephen Offer is one of our tech gurus at the church, and he's putting all this together for us in kind of extraordinary ways. So we're also so grateful for him. But back to the scripture for a second. So the Beatitudes you can sit with so many passages in scripture, but this is one of those that you can sit with for a very long time and keep coming back to throughout your life, knowing that something new will emerge as you read these, as you sit with them, as you have different life experiences, as the world kind of is in different places, as you have different encounters in your own life. Because these are, we sometimes call them like kingdom values, kingdom understandings, this way that different people than our normal worldly way of valuing things are valued. So it is a very strange thing to say, "Blessed are they who mourn," or some translations say, "Happy are they who mourn," or God is on the side of those who mourn. And then throughout those different ideas that are there, it really challenges us to see the world through God's eyes, and to understand how far away that is very often from the way we see and perceive and value people and places and things in the world. So I invite you to spend some time, maybe you just pick one of the Beatitudes from Matthew 5, and and just sit with it and ask yourself how that's true for you, how you are able to witness and see that it's true, how it struggles, how you struggle, how you're challenged to see the truth in it, how maybe you've experienced that or seen others experience that, or how you can pray and invite God and talk with others too about how you might see the truth in it if it's particularly challenging to you. So I just commend these passages, this Beatitudes passage, part of the Sermon on the Mount, to your meditation and to your contemplation this week. And as the children lead us, I hope that even more of that is broken open for you and enriches your relationship with God over these next days, weeks, moments, months, any of those things. So Sunday is Mother's Day, and so this is our kind of treat for Mother's Day. I love that we often have our children's musical this day. It's I think a beautiful way when our children are leading us to also honor our mothers at the same time. You'll see in the happenings this week that there's an invitation for you to give to the Maker's Place. This is one of our ministry partners. I know you've heard about the Maker's Place before. One of the particular ways that they serve the people in marginalized places in Trenton are through diapers. I think one of the things that I read recently from them is that they have distributed diapers to over 20% of infants in the city of Trenton. That's pretty extraordinary. And what better way to honor mothers than to help mothers who are struggling out? And so you are invited to give and participate in that way. Maybe you want to honor a mother, grandmother, biological or not, in some way through that giving for Mother's Day. There are a couple of things out in our PUMC world that we really would love your help with and your responses to. One of them is a worship theme survey. So I've done this the past few years and have asked you all to share with me what you're thinking about, what you're reading about, what's on your mind and your heart, what is spurring interest, what is causing you worry. What are the things that you would want to be in conversation with around with your PUMC community? What do you want to focus on in worship? And some of that you can answer that question like really directly, but you can also answer it through the questions that I've asked that are a little less direct, that are in the worship theme survey that is linked here in the happenings. We would really like you to give those responses to us in the next couple weeks. It'll have the due date on there when you see the happenings, in the article in the happenings there. But also we have the visioning team has been working on creating, crafting, listening for, discerning a vision, God's vision for us over the past many months, for over a year. And we have put that out to you now. It was linked in the newsletter that came out this past Saturday. It's in this happenings. It'll be there for another week or so, but there are a few different versions of it depending on how much you want to read, how much detail you want to see. So there's a really short version, there's a slightly longer, and then there's a much longer version. And we would love for you to engage with whatever version works best for you, and regardless of that, to answer 4 questions for us in a survey that is also linked there. The questions are, is this clear? Is it a clear vision? Is it a practical vision? Is it inspiring? And then how do you feel overall? Do you feel like this is something you are ready to move into and get behind? Does it excite you? Are you ready to dive in and participate? Or not, and how and where are you kind of on that scale? And there is space for you to give much more detailed responses to that, but even if you just tell us how you're feeling on those questions, that would really help us out tremendously. We are asking for that we're going to close that survey on May 16th, so please do that before then. It really helps us out, and we will be then presenting to you all a final draft after we receive that feedback. Scholarships are also available. We have a scholarship program through PUMC. There's money available for you who are going to college and in higher education and graduate school. So applications are due this week, so don't forget to apply. We would love to give you money. So it's not a promise. You have to apply and the team has to approve you, but we love to help you out. So please do that. And the last thing I think for today is that, we have been talking about inviting you to an online campus. The platform we use is called Mighty Networks. So we sometimes use those terms interchangeably, Mighty Networks and our online campus. And there are different small groups meeting there. There is just community stuff going on. You can link to lots of events that are happening in there. There aren't secret events, there aren't special events that are happening in there. It's the same events, but it's an easier way to get to some of those events. But we also wanted you to know that you can engage with that anywhere because there is an app, a mobile app for Mighty Networks and our online campus, and you can find out how to get that free app right here in this email. So please join us there and keep helping us to create community in that space. Lots going on. There's confirmation service coming up later. We're planning a baptism service, which also, if there's somebody in your household who has not yet been baptized, now is a wonderful time to reach out and tell us if that is something that you are feeling led to next. We are indeed gathering people together for baptism, and we'll be happy to talk more about that with you. So I think there's a lot of stuff, but I'm going to stop now and trust that you are continuing to be about your discipleship journey, to listen to Christ's teachings, to be grafted more deeply into that abiding love of God as we continue to seek to abide in God's love, just like a vine abides in a branch. The branch abides in the vine, and love just flows from one source to the next. And may we continue on this journey together, knowing that you are never, ever alone. You're not apart from God. You're not apart from us. And we love you. Take good care. Bye.